Hello everyone. So today we will start a very interesting chapter, that is conservation of plants and animals, chapter number 7. So let's start. Before I come to the methods of conservation of plants and animals, I want to discuss some of the topics. I want to discuss some of the terms which are related with this topic. First, conservation. Okay, conservation of biodiversity. It is actually the protection, upliftment and scientific management of biodiversity so as to maintain it at its threshold level and derive sustainable benefits. Okay. Now, biodiversity is the variety of all kinds of animals, plants which are found on this planet in their respective locations. Ecosystem include both the organism interacting in an area and the environment in which they live. Okay. Now, flora is actually the plant life which is present in a particular region or time. Generally, the naturally occurring native plants, they are regarded as flora. Okay. And fauna represents all animal life. Okay. India has some of the world's most diverse regions. Okay, India plays significant biodiversity and one of 17 mega diverse regions, one of 7 mega diverse countries. It is home to 7.6% of all mammalian, 12.6% of all avian, 6.2% of all reptilia, 4.4% of amphibians, then 11.7% of all fish and 6.0% of all flowering plant species. Okay. Now, the next topic which is there is endemic species. Okay, endemic species are those species that are found in just one region and nowhere else in this world. Okay, for example, say kangaroos. Okay, kangaroos are originally endemic to Australia and found nowhere else in the world. Okay, so this is the endemic. This is one of the example of endemic species. In your book, some of the names of endemic species like Asiatic lion is given. Okay, then you have other animals like lion-tailed macaque is a species of monkey that is endemic to the Western Ghats of India. Okay, these are some of the endemic species. Now, next topic, that is threats to biodiversity. What are the dangers of biodiversity? First of all, climate change. Okay, it refers to the long-term and irreversible change that occurs in the Earth's climate. For humans, the rapidly increasing rate in climate change imposes great threat for human security as the natural resources are becoming more and more limited. Okay. Next is the habitat loss and degradation. Man-made efforts are the prime reasons for habitat loss. At present, the practice of clearing out ecosystems for agricultural conservation and industrial expansion continues to displace organisms of the natural habitat. Okay. Next reason is pollution. Some types of pollution like the depletion of ozone layer can be reversible. However, this shall only happen when humans will stop or limit the use of various chemicals. Okay. Next is the introduction of exotic species. Okay, most exotic species are brought to a certain place to replace or add something to the vegetation. For example, brown tree snake. Take for example brown tree snake, which was introduced in the island of Pacific Ocean. Okay, and it wiped out 3/4 of the birds population by eating their eggs and young birds from the nests. So this is one of the example of invasive or exotic species by predation. Okay. Next topic that comes is forest. The importance of forest cannot be underestimated. We depend on forest for our survival, from the air we breathe to the woods we use. Besides providing habitats for animals and livelihoods for humans, forests also offer watershed protection, prevent soil erosion and mitigate climate change. Okay. Next is the deforestation, a very common term that you have heard in your lower classes, I guess. Now, deforestation is actually the clear cutting or clearing of the forest areas or stand of trees from land, which is then converted to a non-forest area. Okay, the loss of trees and other vegetation can cause climate change, desertification, then soil erosion, fewer crops, flooding, then increased greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, and a host of problems for indigenous people. So that was the effects of deforestation. Okay. Now, how we will conserve the forest? The forest that we are going to lose very soon. How can we conserve the forest? First of all, we will have to regulate, and we have to plan. We have to make certain programs for a planned cutting of trees. Okay, control. We should have control over forest fires. Then we will have to make some programs which are related with the reforestation and afforestation, then protection of forest, prevention of overgrazing, then prevention of forest fires. These are some of the prevention, or you can say that these are some of the methods through which we can conserve the forest. Okay, now conservation of wildlife. Wildlife is actually what, including both plants and animals. Okay, now conservation is a preserving and protecting wild plants, animals and other habitats. Therefore, we can say that the conservation of wildlife is necessary to recognize the importance of nature and other wildlife species. Okay, you can see in your book some name of the species given, like dodo was a species of bird which is now extinct totally. Then there was passenger pigeon, then Yangtze river dolphin which became extinct very recently. Okay, tiger, blue whale, Asian elephant, gharial are some of the endangered species. Endangered species are those species which becomes whose population, the species population become very small. They are called as endangered. Okay, and extinct means what? Some of the species, they completely disappears. No individuals are left on this planet. They are called as extinct. And vulnerable species are those species which have a high risk of becoming endangered. They are called as vulnerable species. Okay, now we have to maintain some hunting regulations, and we have to go for this population surveys. We have to go for habitat protection and all. Okay,